Hey y'all, it's Megan. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome aboard. So last year at the beginning of spooky season, I did a video where I talked about some of the creepy things that I have experienced or seen at the parks, specifically in Adventureland Liberty Square. I wanted to do another edition of that today, but today is going to be more about movies than in-park stuff. So today I'm going to talk about some of the creepy, spooky, scary stuff from Disney movies. So for most of these, I'm kind of referencing as I was growing up, things that freaked me out, gave me the chills, gave me the ugh feeling as I was watching the movies. So they're not necessarily things that were intended to be scary, but they could be. I'm going to start off with something very small from a movie that I feel like not a lot of people talk about or have watched, and one that you would not expect there to be anything even remotely creepy in. And that is Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. Hear me out. The whole movie is adorable. It's very cute. It has the, you know, when people ask, what's one scene from a Disney movie that you would want to live in? For me, it's the scene where Piglet is in that, like, idyllic, Eden-like pasture. I want to be there so bad. I have always wanted to go there ever since I saw the movie when I was little. I've always wanted to go there. So there's beautiful things. There's adorable things. It's Winnie the Pooh. What is possibly creepy about this, Megan? Well, it's at the beginning. And my sister backs me up on this, that this was creepy when we were little. They first find Christopher Robin's note, and Owl is reading it since he's the only one who can read. He's peeling the honey off and he's deciphering, and he spells out school, but he says it, and he's like spelling each letter, S-C-H-O-O-L, and then he says skull.
He has gone to S-C-H-O-O-L, skull. Skull.
I don't know why that freaked me out so bad as a kid. And like, I was old enough at the time, like this movie didn't come out when I was like a small toddler. I was old enough to know how to spell school, and I knew that that's what it was, and I knew like this is supposed to be funny, like this is the whole like joke about the movie, like, you know, he didn't actually understand what the word was, and now we're going off on this adventure for this skull, and like that's the entire point of the movie. But it creeped me out. And if I think about it hard enough, I can still probably, as an adult, get a little thinking about how dramatic and like pointedly Owl was spelling out that word and how creepy it sounded to my little child brain. This is one that I think is it was probably intended to be a little bit scary, but it worked for me, and it was something that made me actually not want to watch part of the movie. I didn't watch 101 Dalmatians very much as a kid, and Cruella was a big part of that, and she obviously is a terrible person. She kills puppies. Who does this? So the movie itself is a little dark in general, but the part that really bothered me, the part that I would like turn away from, fast forward on the VCR back in the day, was when she has just like gone off the rails and she's driving all crazy, and they zoom in on her eyes, and she's just got these crazy eyes, and she's driving like a maniac. And the driving crazy didn't scare me, but those eyeballs, oh, ooh. So they zoom in on those eyes, and I would not, in a boat with a goat, I'm not looking at that scene. I just couldn't do it. And the quintessential, in my childhood, scary thing was from Fantasia. And I figure a lot of people probably had moments from Fantasia that were scary or creepy or, you know, to them. It was kind of a weird movie. But I loved Fantasia. As a small child, Fantasia was one of my top most watched movies. And I don't know why. My mom says that I used to conduct it and stand in the middle of the table, and I wanted to be Leopold Tchaikovsky is how I said it when I was like 3, 4. I wanted to be part of this movie so badly, and I loved it, which was strange for a child who did nothing but talk to want to watch something that had exactly 0 words. And a lot of people probably are sitting here going, obviously Megan, Chernobog was terrifying. Night on Bald Mountain, of course you hated that. No, it wasn't Chernobog. It wasn't Night on Bald Mountain. It wasn't the literal demon summoning skeletons, spirits, ghosts from hell. It was not him that scared me. It was an inanimate object in the Toccata and Fugue section. I'm going to try to get a screenshot so I can show you the thing that I'm talking about. Toccata and Fugue, it's just the music, and they have, I forget how he said it exactly. I'll try to find the exact wording and put it here, but it was something to the effect of, things that might pass through your mind as you're hearing the music. So it's basically like, it's just shapes and colors and stuff like that. It's not any specific image. It's not a story. It wasn't meant to tell a story, and it was not meant to be narrative in any way. It was just supposed to be like, you know, just pretty like imagery and kaleidoscopy and like just something to look at while you hear this music. For that to be terrifying is strange. But the part that got me was in the part of the music where it's dun, 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 I can't sing, but anyway, there's a part and it looks like a tombstone. Hopefully I found the picture and I can show it to you so that this rambling makes sense. But it kind of like wobbles back and forth along with the music. As I'm describing this, this doesn't sound scary or frightening or creepy at all, but it terrified me to my little core, and I still get like, I'm not scared of it now. It doesn't bother me. I know, you know, there's nothing scary or creepy about it now, but I still have this like moment of when I know that it's coming, because for so many years I had that anticipation of the scary part's coming, the scary part's coming, that it's just like, it's instinctive now that I still kind of, even though I know that it's not going to bother me now. So is there anyone else who watched Fantasia and it wasn't Chernobog? It was something completely innocuous, like a shape that was not supposed to be any one certain item, but it looked like a tombstone to me, and it looked like it was walking, and I was not okay. The last one that I'm going to mention today is one that is still bothers me today. I know for certain that it still bothers me. I don't know why, because I'm an adult and I know that it's coming and I've seen this movie a million times, but you all probably know the part that I'm talking about if I say Sleeping Beauty. It's when Maleficent's eyes start glowing in that empty fireplace. She just appears. There's like the glowing green orb, and that music is really what bothers me. I think if I saw just the eyes, I'd be like, okay, fine. But the fact that we had that music and then just eyes. No, nine, non. I don't know enough languages to say no enough times. I can't stand that. It was definitely meant to be creepy. She's a villain, so yeah, I am not a fan of Maleficent's glowing green eyes with the little swirly ball of magic, evil, whatever. I love villains. Maleficent is the mistress of all evil. She is a great baddie. Like, that one scene, I can't do it. So that is it for today's creepy Disney stuff. What are some things that you've seen in movies that were creepy or scary or just kind of gave you the ugh when you see them? Whether you saw it when you were a kid and it bothered you and it doesn't bother you now, or if it is something that has just bothered you all the way through life. You know, bothered you as a kid, bothers you now, will bother you in 100 years. Let me know what those are down below. I want to see what other things I may have not thought about this time. So let me know what your answers are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.